All right, what's going on, guys? This is Corey from Lion Dads. I help my fellow dads get back in shape and get healthy with a carnivore diet and back to basics exercise. So in today's video, I want to talk about why, especially at first, you really shouldn't worry about the scale and weighing yourself constantly on a carnivore diet. But before we get into that, I want you guys to go down and hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment down below. Let me know how your weight loss or your fitness goals are going and if you're getting healthy on a carnivore diet. So the first thing I kind of want to go over is like why it's natural to obsess over the scale when you first start a diet. And any of you who have gone on any other kind of diet before or started any kind of fitness or weight loss program, you might notice that you did obsess over the scale or you went over the scale a lot and use that as a marker or a gauge for where you're at. And that's totally fine and it's totally normal. That's what the scale is there for, is to track your weight, make sure things aren't getting out of control, things like that. So, it's just a thing that people do when they start a carnivore diet. It's just like, all right, I'm going to make sure, because I think I'd say 90% of people come to this thing looking for, I want to lose weight more than anything, because that's a problem we have in this country right now, probably worldwide, but I know it's really a big problem here in the United States. Is like, go anywhere and you see just obese people, and so a lot of us want to come to this and lose weight. I myself started this journey basically as a weight loss thing. My goals have kind of shifted since then and become more of a health and athleticism related set of goals, but when I came to it, I was fat and out of shape and I needed to lose weight. And what did I do when I started? I started getting on the scale all the time. It's totally normal. It's totally, the way we're taught, like track your weight, monitor your weight, make sure you're not, we equate our weight to our health a lot of times. So like I said, if that's what you're doing now, I'm not on here to yell at you or scold you or anything. It's totally, completely normal. And like I said, I started out doing it myself. So what I want to talk about is why obsessing over the scale itself can be detrimental. So when you come to this diet, for a lot of people, you'll see they'll start stepping on the scale and they'll actually gain some weight. And then it's like, what the hell happened? When I was somebody I'm working with, they're asking me like, what's going on, man? You started me on this thing a week ago, 2 weeks ago, and I'm up here and I've gained, I feel good, and I'm starting to, what I think is, see results, but I'm gaining weight. Why is this happening? Why have I put on 3 pounds, 5 pounds, 7, 8 pounds? And the reason is, like, you're taking in a lot more protein, you're eating in a way that you're not, I don't start people out tracking calories and things like that at all. And so they'll be eating more protein, they'll be eating more, like denser foods that have like higher nutrition profiles, and things in their body start healing. I was watching a video from Dr. Ken Berry, and he said, one reason he noticed people gaining weight is, ligaments are repairing, tendons are repairing, muscle is growing, bones are getting a little more dense. You're repairing things in your body first and foremost, because you're eating nutrients and proteins and fats and things that are going to the broken and deficient areas of your body, and they're fixing things. And that's on one of his videos. I wish I still had it to where I could like bookmark it or reference it to you guys, throw a link or something. But this is, a couple of years ago when I saw this, but I thought it made a really great point. So I tell people, like, sometimes you can expect when you start, you're not going to start losing weight right away. You're going to start seeing changes that maybe don't necessarily translate over to the scale itself. And a lot of people do it. They have a problem with that because they want to get on a diet to do one thing and one thing only, and that is lose weight. Lose all the fat that equates to weight loss. And you just kind of have to walk yourself through that. Be like, just because there's not much fluctuation on the scale as far as it going down into the, lower weight category that I'm after, maybe there's some other factors at play here. Maybe I have some areas of my body that I need to heal. And 9 times out of 10, those people will start to notice like the fat will start coming off and things like that. And then they get on the scale and, oh, suddenly, I gained all this weight, but now I'm like down 10 pounds, But the scale doesn't always necessarily equal healthy. Obviously, for us dads, the more weight that's on your body, the more especially unhealthy mass that you're carrying around, it causes joint issues. It causes heart, your heart has to support all this extra mass, your joints, everything like that. So we do want to see a difference on the scale and get down to our healthy weight and everything like that. But I just think obsessing over it is not the way to go. You can start worrying about, the scale too early and not seeing the results that fast, and you see people start doing drastic shit within like a week, and they're starting to like count and cut calories and do all this kind of stuff, and stuff like that can lead to all kinds of things like eating disorders, which are very, very real things that happen to people and can happen to you without you even realizing it. It's something I kind of saw creeping on me a little bit when I started, losing weight and getting on this carnivore diet and things like that and worrying about the scale and stuff. It's a very real thing that I've actually seen happen to people. So what do I recommend as opposed to focusing on the scale? You need to find a different way to focus your energy and your attention when you're on this diet. And what I think that is just focusing on consistency and habits and not stepping on the scale and not worrying about it at all. Like with my clients, I tell them, I don't want people stepping on the scale for like the first month really when they're working with me. So start worrying about the consistency and worrying about the types of foods you're eating and your habits and stuff. Start making sure, like I say, when you start a carnivore diet, you need to be strict, especially at first. It's so crucial if you want to reap the full benefits of it, and not be wasting your time. When you go all in, you need to make sure at first, especially, you are all in. And you're spending your first month or two really, really, really focusing on making sure you're eating the right foods and doing it the right way, setting the right habits. Maybe that means cutting out snacking and things like that, and just focusing on your meals and just eating, a very low variety of things and stuff like that, just to get in the groove and get in the habit and really start seeing the full potential of what this can bring you. And for me, that meant, I had to be boring for a while. That means eating ground beef 5-6 times a week. That means eating eggs every morning, the same breakfast over and over every day. But consistency breeds success, and that's really what the matter of it is. And just don't worry about the scale. Worry about building good habits and building that consistency and eating the right kind of foods over and over and over and over and over again, to where you don't even really have to think about it anymore. And I almost can guarantee you will step on that scale and be blown away by what you see if you just stay consistent and do things the right way for a month or a month and a half or whatever. Ignore the scale and then get on it and be like, oh, wow, look at this. And even if it doesn't change as much as you thought it did, you will probably be like visually seeing a difference, especially if you do, like a picture comparison type where you take a different picture every week or something like that, or the way you're feeling or whatever. If you get on the scale and it's not that different, but you feel awesome and you look awesome, maybe you don't even care at that point, what the scale said, and you don't even really have to get on it ever again. So like I said, like, when can you start thinking about the scale? It's like I said, I tell people, give yourself a month, give yourself a month and a half, or give yourself 2 months, and don't even think about it and don't even worry about it. Just eat consistently, eat healthy, eat the right way, eat the right foods at the right times of day and things like that. Then you can worry about getting on the scale and see if you really need it moving forward or not. If the scale is something that you feel like you need to use to judge your weight, hey, you know what I mean? that's what you feel and that's what you think, and who am I to tell you otherwise? I'm just giving you my recommendations and telling you what I do. I rarely step on the scale unless I have something that I'm really shooting for, but I'm very careful about it. I'm not on it like obsessively and worrying about it and thinking about that number all the time. I'm trying to factor everything together. The number on the scale, the way I look in the mirror, the way I look on a picture test, the way my clothes are fitting, clothes that, are the tight clothes that I've bought starting to get baggy on me, things like that. That's how I know if I need to move up or down, because, my goals may go the other way too. I may lose what I consider to be too much weight, and then I have to start really, throwing some big eating with protein, going on a bulk, eating some huge amounts of food and lifting huge amounts of weight. It all depends on what your goals are and things like that, but definitely try to worry, just focus on being consistent first and foremost, more than anything. And so that should about do it for today, guys. And as always, I got links to all my social media, Twitter, Facebook, down in the description of the video. Also, head over to lion-dads.com. The link to that is down there as well, and you can get a hold of me on there just to learn more about Lion Dads and what I do. And you can also click the link in the website. You can join our online community, get access to the Discord server where we go over all kinds of different ways to level up as a dad, not just strictly diet and fitness. There's also a couple coaching slots open that I have right now. You can find a link down to Calendly, book a free call with me, and I'll help you get started taking back your health and fitness with a carnivore diet. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.